Hello and welcome to Acxient's speed demo for Anchor. Very happy that you could join us today. Let me just introduce ourselves today. We have myself, Angus Robertson. I'm the CMO at Axient, and I've been in product for more than 20 years for various B2B companies, both hardware and software, and IT before that. And my focus and what I really care about is understanding business problems and processes and how to improve those with technology. Marcus, on that next slide, why don't you introduce yourself?
All right, great. How's it going today, guys? My name is Marcus Williams. I have over 10 years of experience in the IT space, 5 years focusing on a channel, and I'm the Axient sales engineer that's going to be performing the demo today.
Great. Thank you, Marcus. So before we get into the demo, just going to spend a few minutes to give a little bit of background. At Axient, our vision is really to protect everything, and we do that through our business availability suite, and we have 5 solutions. We have our business continuity solution, which is both Axient RepliBit and VRC. We have Office 365 protection for backing up your OneDrive, SharePoint, and also mailboxes. That's our Cloud Finder product. We also have cloud-enabled file services, and this is what we're going to be focusing on today, what Marcus is going to be giving you a quick speed demo on. That's our Axient Anchor product. We also have our disaster recovery as a service solution, which is our Fusion product, which is really focused on VMware environments and optimizing those VMware environments for cost savings and also disaster recovery. And finally, we make sure to offer we're only partner focused. We're exclusively focused on MSPs in the channel, but we make sure to offer our partners a choice, and that is whether they use our cloud and our hardware or their own cloud or hardware. But we have our own cloud and data centers here in the US and also in Europe. With that, let's talk a little bit about Axient Anchor and cloud-enabled file services. Regards to your typical consumer-grade solutions like OneDrive or Dropbox, we do offer your basic content collaboration without the hassle of VPNs, but then there's a number of areas but then if you still need as well. And then, of course, in the case of malware or ransomware events, we can restore to, with ransomware rollback or our snapshot capability, to the point in time right before that happened. And you have the option of keeping your backups in for unlimited. So even if that ransomware has been out there for 30, 60 days, no problem to restore right back to the time before that. Also, for registries, we also provide a lot of control such that you can share with very specific people. You can expire the links. Those links can also be secure links, and everything is audited for compliance and regulatory requirements. Finally, as I said earlier, we're only MSP or channel focused, so partner experience is really important for us. We have a business availability portal for you to manage all your instances and billing. In addition to this month or early next month, we'll be launching our sales enablement and marketing enablement campaigns and co-branded assets, which can be automatically done through the business availability portal. And of course, we have our dedicated partner success managers, which support you with everything related to Axient Anchor. So the next slide, this is just an illustration of the cloud-enabled file services capability, where we can either completely migrate that file server or maintain a hybrid model. And this provides a lot of flexibility for the MSP with your clients, such that you can completely migrate their file server to the cloud, or you can maintain that hybrid environment. With either approach, you're removing a lot of overhead in terms of managing those physical file servers, and also increasing the collaboration without the hassle of VPNs for all your clients, remote offices or branch offices, or of course, remote workers or folks who work from home. But in addition, if you do want to maintain at least one file server at headquarters or the main office just for that performance from a network bandwidth standpoint, or if they're working with large files, you can still do that. So that's something that Acxion Anchor supports. The Anchor solution in general. Marcus, over to you.
All right, thank you. So guys, this is our Anchor dashboard. This is going to be your MSP dashboard that you're going to leverage to manage all of your clients on the solution. You can create multiple organizations and sub-organizations and sub-organizations for their client. Give you a lot of flexibility to manage multiple clients from one pane of glass here. Within our dashboard overview page, we're going to provide you with a lot of good statistics about that client. So you can see your overall usage based on data allocated to them, what its space is being used, and also different things of users, information, and recent activity. Within this dashboard, we're going to give you a lot of information or a lot of flexibility to create your customized settings for each user. And that's located in our policies here. Within these policies, you have the ability to allocate space or storage for that particular client. You have excluded files, so you can exclude certain file extensions that you don't want to protect within our Anchor solution. At the bottom here, we're going to give you the ability to control what users can do as far as deleting files or removing files. We're going to provide you with an auto lock feature so you can prevent that file collision. For users using a file in the cloud and somebody else tries to open that documentation, they're going to be prompted stating that, hey, this file is currently being used by another user. To make any changes, you have to save this as a different name. That prevents those file collisions. With our Anchor technology, by default, we're going to give you an unlimited retention here. But if you want to set the retention for revised documents or for deleted files, you can set that here based on your data policy. In addition to your settings, we're going to provide you different abilities to add users. And that's going to be through our authorization section. Here, you can leverage Active Directory to actually include users that you want to pull in. Now, this is leveraging that Active Directory, so those users can use their same username and password to actually authenticate to the system. Our next option is our Psa Full Integration. So if you're a ConnectWise or AutoTask user, we're going to give you the benefit to send all the alerts or tickets, including billing, to that particular Psa tool. And last but not least, we're going to provide you with branding. Our branding gives you the ability to really customize the look and feel of the solution. You can add your custom logo as far as your admin UI, your MSP console, the user screen, and any additional splash screen customization. This technology is pretty flexible, in which we give you the ability, so I'll get back to my dashboards here. We give you the ability to add accounts. Now, accounts come in two flavors. One account is a licensed account, and that's that user you actually import through Active Directory and you create manually here. But Anchor also gives you the ability to create guest accounts. Guest accounts are not considered licenses, so you can have as many guest accounts as needed for outside users that you're sharing documents to. Your machines tab is going to let you know all the machines that we're protecting, and your shares tab is your team shares that we're going to get to later when we talk about our file server enablement feature. Anchor also gives you the flexibility to create backups for any particular desktop or workstation that you want to protect. Now, what makes this solution unique is that our backup doesn't work on a particular schedule. Our Anchor agent syncs up to the minute, So as soon as that file changes locally, we're syncing that data up to the cloud. So you have a real-time backup. And also, it's going to help you with business continuity because we're going to give you that real-time recovery of files up to the last minute from the last good sync we had. Our activity is considered your alerting here. So we're able to alert you on anything that's important to you that you want to be notified on. Those alerts come via text, email, or we can leverage your PSA tool, your ConnectWise auto test integration. And last but not least, we're going to provide you with reports. These reports are recurring reports that can be sent to your team or to your clients on a daily, monthly, or weekly basis. So we give you a lot of flexibility with the tool to kind of give you all the alerting that you need. And most of your reports are going to be based on your dashboard overview that you see here. Now, the main feature that we want to show you is our file server enablement. So as we talked about earlier, we're able to take that file server locally and sync that offsite to the cloud in a hybrid or full cloud mode. To initiate this task, we're going to install an agent on that particular device, and it's going to pop up here in your machine. Now, once you have that machine identified, you're going to be able to map that folder. And from here, we can access that full root of that device. You see all the files and folders that exist on that particular device, and you can create what we call a team share here to the left, to the right. With this team share created, this gives you the ability to allocate users based on your AD import or those users you created. We also give you the ability to incorporate groups from your Active Directory. So you're not reassigning those groups. If you have a marketing group in AD, we can actually import that into our solution. Now from here, we're going to create that team share for you. And then you'll be able to manage those subscribers. With our newest feature, which is our permissions, we give you the ability to assign particular permission roles to users within this group. We give you eight roles, and as you can see here, we give you a lot of flexibility on what that user can do within each role. So for example, a co-owner has full rights to any of the files and folders within the site, but as a previewer, I can only see that data, but I can't make any modifications to it. This can be signed on a granular level for each user or for a total group. However you decide you need to set this up within the solution. Now that we understand that admin view, we're going to transition and show you what that end user can see. So as an end user, I have access to a web URL, which I can log in using my AD credentials, and I have full access to the files and folders that are assigned to me. Again, this is a file sync solution as well. So we give the users the ability to download that agent on their device. We support Windows, Mac. We have a Outlook plugin for PC. And also we have a mobile app support where we can support Android, iOS, or Windows devices. So anywhere the user is located, as long as they have an internet connection, they have access to the data that's being sent to the cloud. Now from my files view, we give users a lot of flexibility. So click on my sales share that we talked about earlier. Because I'm a previewer in this view, if I decided I want to delete a file from this view, I'm going to get prompted with this action. And again, this goes into the permissions that we just said. Hey, I'm just a previewer, so I don't have the ability to make any type of modifications. I delete this file. And then you're just going to get prompted with this error. If I was a co-owner, I can open this file, delete it, or make changes to it as needed. A user has the ability to see all revisions within this file, and we have the ability to lock files for a certain amount of time if we know we're going to use it. One neat feature about Anchor is the ability to share documentation as well. So if I click on shares, I can create a team share and share that internally or outside of the organization. With our share options, we give you multiple options here. We give you a secure share or a public share URL. With these options, I have the ability, with our public share, I have the ability to create a URL and send that via email to that user that I need to share with. This takes the need away from users adding attachments to Outlook and sending that via email. This is a secure way of sharing where we're not increasing that Outlook mailbox. And also, we have some restrictions. We can put some restrictions on that, that document that we're sharing out. Our secure share actually leverages those guest accounts. So we can create a username and password for that user. That user is sent a welcome email where they have to authenticate username and password that we created before they have access to the document. It's a pretty powerful tool. Our share options give you the ability to put an expiration date on how long this file is available, and I can set a download limit for this particular file. Once I decide to share, I'll put in end user's email address and put any message I want to send. We can share that file out, whether it's the secure URL or that public share that we talked about earlier. With this solution, we offer a lot of flexibility and a lot of options for your users in how you want to determine the sync and share data. Unfortunately, we only have 30 minutes for the demonstration. So if you do have any questions, we can handle those in a question queue within your WebEx client, or you can contact us directly for a one-on-one custom demo to show your MSP team how powerful this Anchor technology is.
And Marcus, just a couple of questions while you move on. One is there the ability to control permissions for child folders within team shares?
Yes. So within your team
that's the
shares,
capability that was just released, right?
That's correct. So within your team shares, those permissions are from the root level. So to kind of, if you want that granular access for a child folder, you'll just create a separate team share for that particular folder directory.
Great. And we have another question.
To create a limited team shares there. Go ahead.
Yeah, no worries. Perfect. And we have another question. Is there an Outlook add-in for sharing?
There is an Outlook add-in for sharing. Oh, yes, for the last year I talked about, yes. We have a plugin for Outlook, and that forces your users to actually use our Anchor sharing solution to create that secure share communication instead of adding that attachment. So we have that available for you.
Great. And will we be sending out a recorded version of this, Callie? Yeah.
Yes, we will.
So for anybody who registered or attended, we'll be sending out a follow-up link with the recorded webinar as well. So another question for you, Marcus. Can the sync utility be installed on multiple PCs so the end solution is a cloud plus 3 or 4 PCs, all of which are synced with the same files?
That's correct. So we can, as long as that system has an agent on and we're leveraging our file server enablement feature, we can actually sync that data back and forth within the cloud. Again, we're not creating a schedule with our technology. So that agent is talking to the data in the cloud on up to every minute. So that those files are constantly up to date and they're constantly syncing back and forth between each other.
And there's a question about, can we schedule a one-on-one with a subject matter expert? Yes, I have your name here, so we'll follow up with you to do that. I've got the action. There's another question, Marcus. Can you review the LAN sync feature? Does that make sense to you?
Yes. So, and that goes to our quality of service, our bandwidth throttling. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, there was a clarification, LAN sync feature with the file server enabled.
Okay, great. Yes, so that goes with our bandwidth throttling that we offer. So after you install that Anchor agent on that particular file server, you can actually set it to LAN sync. It's on a LAN, so we're going to leverage that bandwidth, or you can kind of designate how much bandwidth you want us to use between certain hours of the day. So we have a LAN sync feature, or you can really customize that based on business hours. It's going to be up to you.
And I think this goes back to the permissions question again. Can the solution give security granularity for cloud folders per user?
And with that, if you can add more color to that question, in the chat here. I see it here to kind of give you a better answer as far as security granularity of what you're looking for there.
And then another question which I can answer, which is, are there marketing materials for the product benefits for the end user? Yes, there are. And I can follow up with you and send that solution sheet over your way.
Yes, and that's actually a great question. We offer a lot of good information to help you pitch this product to your end users, but also once you get the okay and you're onboarding with the Anchor technology, we assist you with onboarding training for your end users. We have dedicated white papers that can be rebranded with your company logo, with training modules of how to use the product as far as that end user client and how to use the team shares and things like that with the technology. So we have that really all built out for you.
Is there a remote access application so users can easily view files in the field? We'd like them to be able to view from their mobile phone.
That's correct. So we have a built-in web browser within that app. So for any document, like say Microsoft documents or Word, Excel, PowerPoint, our web editor tool allows them to view that document, make edits, make changes from their mobile device or from their any system that they're on without having that Word application installed on that device, which is pretty neat.
Okay, and can multiple users access the same file at the same time?
That's a possibility, but to avoid any file conflicts, we require one user to lock that file, and we can kind of set that within a policy settings, automatically lock files with extension. So both users can view the file, but only that first person that owns the ownership at that point in time can make changes to it to prevent those file collisions. We also offer a collaboration feature, which is our web URL, that allows multiple users to access one document and make changes to it at the same time in a collaborative format. So if you're working on the presentation as a group, you can have multiple people log in, make changes to it, and we'll save that file as a whole once those changes are done.
We have another question. Is AD Sync new to this version, and have the permissions changed in the latest version? So I believe we've had Active Directory Sync for a little while, but yes, we've added more granular permissions with this latest release.
That is correct. And with those 8 permission roles, you can really get specific based on that user's needs or how you want that user to operate within that particular team share that we've created. So definitely control what they can do and what rights they have against those folders or documents within the folder.
When's the new release rolled out to everybody? I believe that's in process now.
Live now.
I think, yeah, exactly. Marcus, the purge you showed earlier, when a file is moved from one folder to another, then back again, it's not deleted on the server it's coming from?
So with the purge feature, that's your deleted file feature. So if with that purge selected, we're going to keep, even though the user deletes the file, you're going to keep a copy of that version in our cloud indefinitely. It's going to disappear from the UI, but we can show delete it and we'll bring that file back in time from that point in time. It's going to kind of show that in the gray area. Now, if you move a file from one folder to another, we're just going to track that file from that different location. So if you move it back, it's going to totally remove from that secondary directory back to the original. So we're not going to keep 2 copies of the same file if that's what you're asking.
And we have another request to send literature your way, so got that as well. And then another question, Marcus, is the solution HIPAA compliant?
That's correct. And we have documentation, security white papers that we can send out that is available on our website that can give you all that information.
Okay, we'll follow up and send you that link. And then I think the last question, just because we're running out of time here, how do you turn off AD file sync once you're done with the file server?
So Active Directory file sync, that's going to be more to your users logging in or authenticating. With our file sync and share, with our file server enablement feature, for a scenario, let's say you have that file server, you want to sync it down into the cloud and use that file server for another purpose, or totally get rid of that file server, that physical piece of hardware locally. Once that sync is completely done, you'll just uninstall the agent, start accessing the data from our cloud at that point in time, and we're gone away. So users are actually making changes to those files directly stored in our data center at that point. And we're holding that retention and versioning in our data center instead of holding them both locally and in the cloud.
Okay, great. So with that, we're coming to the end of the 30 minutes. We have a few more questions here that we'll follow up with offline. Thanks, Marcus, for giving that speedy demo and providing a quick overview of the capabilities of Anchor and our cloud enablement capability. And really appreciate you, the audience, for being so engaged and asking all these great questions. So thanks again, and look forward to you joining on our next webinar. Have a great day. Take care.
Thank you, guys.